Hi Capricorn, welcome to your monthly reading for November 2023. If you want to book a personal reading to get your own individual specific message, then please go to the description box below the video. It will give you the information you need there. So you can either book by emailing me or you can go to my new Etsy shop. And to be honest, Etsy is the easiest way to book a reading. Plus there are also discounts on all of the readings there as well. As usual, you're welcome to like, share or comment on the video, and you are also welcome to subscribe to the channel too. So the books you can see here in front of you are from the Oracle decks I'm going to be using for this month's reading. With the Myths and Mermaids deck, I actually wanted to use this deck in the most recent weekly check-in readings that I've done. But I was really eager to use it, but something was sort of holding me back. And I thought, okay, I won't use it for the weeklies. I'll do it for the November monthly readings instead. And then it sort of clicked. It's Oracle of the Water. We are in Scorpio season now, aren't we? So most of November, from the beginning of November, is Scorpio season. Scorpio is a water sign. It's water energy. Scorpio is also known for being very deep. It's about death, rebirth, transformation, mysteries, things that are hidden, and bringing things to the surface that are hidden. So that's why I have the Heal Yourself deck that we're going to be using as well. It's also very spiritual, so I thought Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards would be a very useful addition to the Oracle decks I'm going to be using for the reading. But anyway, let's get on with your reading. We're going to start off with a Heal Yourself card and see what your main theme is from that for the month of November. So let's see what we get for you for November. So what is Capricorn's theme for November 2023? And I have been having an awkward time shuffling the decks in probably almost every reading. Okay, there you go. That does feel right. You have victim consciousness. Okay. So that one hasn't come out yet for anybody else. This is actually a really stunning card. I mean, I actually adore the artwork in the whole deck, to be honest. But this is, I know it's probably not the most pleasant subject. But yeah, it's really stunning. I mean, I don't know if you can see all of the detail in there. Yeah, okay. And it complements the background nicely, the purplish lilac, whatever you want to call it, background as well. So let's get you another card from the Angels and Ancestors deck too. And that will be part of your theme as well. So what else is going to be like a main theme, or it may connect to this card? Well, it will connect to this card if it's part of the reading. What else does Capricorn need to know as part of their main theme for the... no, not that one. I'm not going to take it. It's Dream and Journey. Let's try that again. That didn't feel right. What else does Capricorn need to know? Right, you have Trust in Higher Forces, Shaman, Trust in Higher Forces, and you also have Protection Guardian, Drop Your Shields. And that, to me, it would go with the Victim Consciousness card, that Drop Your Shields card. So I think I am going to read... I may read all of them, actually. These messages aren't particularly long and drawn out, but I feel like there's a need. Even if I don't read the entire message from the book, I do feel like there's a need to read it. So we're going to start off with the Victim Consciousness message. So just bear with me a moment. So this one says, stop blaming others and take responsibility for what you are creating. It's easy to think that life is unfair and point a finger at others. If you hear yourself saying life is unfair, bad things always happen to me, I'm not good enough, nobody cares about me, why me, I can't do what I want to do, etc., then you are losing your power. Nourishing your victim aspect and ascertaining your place in the victim club. Your inner victim can stop you from moving forward by creating dramas, making you judge others, telling you that you don't deserve better, and keeping you stuck in a financial rut. You need to build your internal confidence, self-worth, and courage. Get out of your comfort zone and work on expanding and growing in all areas of your life. The light side of the victim archetype is the victorious part, which can help you to hold your power without getting angry and attacking others. It can also assist you to create healthy boundaries and act from a place of honesty, integrity, compassion, and love. So, you know what, I haven't read the action that it gives you an action here to help heal yourself. And I haven't read it for the others, but for this one, I think I am going to do it. It's not long. It says, visualize your inner victim. Ask to be aware when you are acting like a victim. Then ask your inner victim to show you how you could behave in a more empowered way. How do you need to think, feel, and act to be more empowered? On a daily basis, ask yourself, am I acting from an empowered, victorious perspective or a victim perspective? And to be honest, I think most of us, if not all of us, at some point in our lives, and we may continue to do so in the future, go into victim mode. It doesn't make you a bad person or anything like that. I've done it myself. I've probably done it recently myself, like as recently as this week, where we just feel like people are out to get us, or situations are out to get us, or things are at an unfair advantage. And sometimes they are. Sometimes people are genuinely out to get us. Sometimes there are situations that are just, things are going against us, but then we have to be empowered, and we have to take the lead and try and lead ourselves out of the situation, and do the best that as we can do to take responsibility for the situation ourselves, for our part in the situations, because not everything is in our control, but we do have free will, and we have to figure out the best way to use that. So let's look at the messages from the Angels and Ancestors deck. So we have I'll read the Protection Guardian one first, just because I feel it's connected to the Victim Consciousness card. So the message says, drop any shields of shame, resistance, and fear that are standing between you and your chances of enjoyment and fun. Know that you don't need to hide who you are or the gifts that you have. You were born to shine. So the extended part of the message says, you may have encountered shame or embarrassment in your past, but that is not your present. Angels are drawing close at this time to help you move beyond any limiting thoughts, emotions, and patterns that may be making you feel unsafe. Know that angelic protection is swirling around you at this moment and will help you move forward in a more fearless way. Call on your guides for help in changing your frequency so you can feel safe and protected at this time. You are stronger than you think, and your angels and ancestor guides are here to help you realize this now. So I wonder if you're feeling attacked in any way, shape or form. And I will share just a little, since I've mentioned it already that I've been in, probably been in victim mode this week. I might as well share one incident that where I have kind of been in a bit of a victim mode. I've been a bit paranoid recently. There is a good reason behind it, because there has been a situation with a person in my life that's been in my life for their whole life, where there's been a bit of unpleasant behaviors. But there's another person that I've known since childhood, babyhood even, where I'd sent them messages, I'd sent them links relating to certain bits of information, and I didn't get any response. And I'd sent them messages months ago as well, after spending time with them, and they didn't respond. And then after the last messages I sent them, I realized that I'd been blocked. So I was thinking, I don't understand it. Why would this person block me? What have I done? And just all sorts of stuff. I'm there filling the blanks in my head, thinking that I've been blocked, which I was blocked. But I didn't get why this person had blocked me. So I went into a bit of a victim mode, and just sort of thinking people are against me and wondering who I can trust. And then it actually turned out in the end that the number was wrong, that a couple of the digits of the number were wrong. So I was sending messages to some random person, thinking it was that person that I've known all my life had blocked me for some unknown reason. And when I realized that the number was wrong, corrected it, sent them a message, and then it was all cleared up. There was no problem. It was just me being paranoid. I mean, as I say, there were valid reasons, not with them specifically, but with other situations that have gone on in my life in the last few months, where there have been certain things that have gone against me, or people that have kind of gone behind my back and done stuff, and it's made me paranoid, but it kind of put me in a victim mode. But yeah, I'm glad I cleared that up and I did try to fill in the blanks, but obviously I resolved it in the end, because I realized, something's not right. This person has no reason to block me. I am a bit peeved though by the fact that the person who I'd sent several messages to, who was not the correct person, couldn't have just simply said, you've got the wrong number. I don't understand that. I mean, the first one, ignore it. But after the other messages, like, just say, you've got the wrong number. There's me being paranoid for how many weeks, thinking someone that I've known my whole life has blocked me for no reason. And And yeah, anyway, that's my story. Let's look at the Shaman card. Trust in higher forces. So if I can actually find it. So this one says, trust in your angels, guides and ancestors. If you have given your power away, claim it back. So there's a big theme here of potentially that you may be feeling attacked, and that you need to get your power back. So it says, there are spiritual allies working in your favor, and their miracles will unfold much more easily when you move into a state of trust. So call back your power and stop allowing external forces to divert you from the miracles you deserve. Hand over all of your concerns to your spiritual allies. When you do so, you allow them to send you intuitive guidance and messages that will allow you to correct this situation and come out on top. The Shaman card also shows that you have shamanic potential to move between the realms and connect with your guides in an extremely personal way. Okay, that's an interesting message. And I will add, a part of, not the entire part of my paranoia recently has been me sort of coming out of the spiritual closet, the broom closet, whatever you want to call it, is I have been concerned about people. It's not so much worried. Well, there is a bit of worry about people sort of not wanting anything to do with me, but yeah, there is. It's a bit of that rejection thing, isn't it? That you'll be able to live with it if people reject you because they don't agree with your spiritual beliefs, and that's fine. People don't have to agree with me. I don't agree with some other people's spiritual beliefs, but you know what I mean. It's their life. It's their choice. But there has been paranoia about that because I have actually been, do I want to use the word demonized? Maybe demonized by someone close to me for my beliefs, and they have gone behind my back. But yeah, that's been part of my paranoia, is coming out of the closet with my spiritual closet beliefs. Sort of being paranoid that people are going to avoid me or talk about me behind my back, or you know what I mean. But it is what it is. I've got to live with it. I've made my choice. I stand by my beliefs, and yeah, whatever happens, happens. So anyway, let me stop going on about my story and get into your reading. Let's get your theme from the tarot cards as well. I think part of the feeling of rejection, when we experience rejection in whatever form it takes, is that a lot of the time, we just don't want to feel like we've done something wrong, do we? I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but that's how I feel, is that I don't want to feel that I've done something wrong. And even if I do feel I've done something wrong, I want to correct it as well, for the most part. So anyway, let's get on to your reading. So what's your main theme or focal point from the tarot deck? So I'm getting a yes on judgment, but the others I don't need to take, okay? So we're going to keep judgment. And judgment actually, I mean, if you're talking about feeling attacked and being in a victim mentality and needing to take your power back, I mean, judgment is often about second chances. It can also be about rebirth. It can be about reviewing the past. But judgment, as a word itself, it can be about people judging you, can't it? So do you feel judged too? Let's get your energy specifically within this. So we have 8 of Swords, okay. So you may be aware that you do need to take your power back, to be honest, because upright, that would literally be victim mentality, wouldn't it? 8 of Swords in reverse is where your thoughts overtake you, you fill in the blanks in situations, you feel trapped, you feel restricted, you feel like things are against you, your mind sort of tricks you into believing that there's nothing you can do, and that is a victim mentality. It's not necessarily even about people sometimes. It's just feeling that you can't do anything to change your situation. Sometimes that is a victim mentality. And it can be very difficult. It can be very difficult to change that mindset. It's not about blame or shame or sort of having a problem with yourself or feeling that way. It's just, how can you take your power back? Focus on that rather than feeling guilty or anything, if that's how you feel. So any external energies, what can you do to change things? Instead of thinking about if you messed up in any situation or what's holding you back, what can you do to change the situation? So we have the Chariot. So that does make sense to me, because if this is in reverse, the Eight of Swords, that's about you. If it's your energy, how you're coping with the situation, handling it, then you are wanting, at the very least, wanting to come out of feeling trapped and feeling in a victim mentality, feeling powerless, I think is the word I would use. And the Chariot is about, it's a card of taking your power back, isn't it? It can be connected to discipline. I've often said that it's about alignment, probably not so much here because we don't have the two horses or sphinxes. But the charioteer, which you would be, there isn't one here, you would be the charioteer. You're the one who's in control, who gets to choose the path you take and how to get your mind and your heart, or your heart and your soul, or mind and your soul and whatever, to work together to move you forward, to shift you forward. You're the one that creates balance, and you're able to take control in moving yourself forward. So let's look at any past energies here. I think you want to change things. I mean, you've got Judgment as well. That's a card of transforming, isn't it? As I said, rebirth. So we have, right, I'm just contemplating if it's in reverse or not. We've got the Five of Wands, and I think it's meant to be upright. And we have the Ten of Cups. So that's challenges, that's obstacles that interfere with your path to happiness and fulfillment, aren't they? Whatever it is that makes you happy. Let's look at the present or current energy for you. Present or current energies for Capricorn. If it will come out. Nine of Pentacles. No, I've got a strong no on that, so we'll try that again. No, try again. Current or present energy for Capricorn, please. I mean, I was going to say the Nine of Pentacles is about comfort zone, and then we get the Four of Pentacles. I'm going to try again. Four of Pentacles would be a comfort zone as well, when it's where you're stuck holding on to what you've got, not wanting to move. So I think those energies are right. It's just... Right, there we go. Three of Cups. That still doesn't feel... See, I've had this problem with all of the readings this month, where it takes me about 4 attempts to get some of the cards out, because I just feel like it's not right. Right. Hopefully this is the final attempt. What is the current or present energy for Capricorn, please? There we go. Done. Three of Wands. That's right. Okay. Future energy, or potential future, I call it, because it's not set in stone, is it? So yeah, both of those. So we have the Moon and we have the Ten of Wands. Okay. And let's get your card of advice. Okay, yep. Three of Cups and the Death card. And the first thing that's come into mind... Oh, I'm getting a question in my mind, actually. Why do you feel that you have to do this alone? That's come into mind. Why do you feel that you have to do this alone? Okay, we'll see how that develops as the reading goes on. Right, so let's look at the Judgment card first of all. That's your main theme. And as I said, I feel like that's probably the energy where you may not be referring to it as victim mentality. And I'm going to stop using that, because that is disempowering by calling it victim mentality in itself. I mean, it's not a lie, is it? But by calling it that, it's like you're speaking to it, aren't you? You speak into victim mentality. So I'm going to say powerlessness, because then it's feeling powerless. It means that you can switch the situation up. The word power being in there, it sort of makes it feel like then you have a choice, you have an ability to change things. So I feel that you probably do want to shift this energy of feeling powerless potentially. And it doesn't mean that you're powerless in your entire life. It could be, or it could just be in a particular situation that you feel powerless. But I would say that you want to change it. You probably want to change it. So why is Judgment there, please? That was a very decisive flip. Right, so Four of Pentacles, that's where you're not making a move, isn't it? That's where you're holding on to something because you feel like you might lose it all. We've got Three of Wands, and then we have the High Priestess. But you may be called to something. There may be something that's calling to you, because the Judgment card for me, it can be a calling as well. Answering a call, or something's calling to you. And then Three of Wands is a card of manifestation. But with the High Priestess, clarifying it as well, it feels like you're being called to do something or to take some kind of action, to change something. But obviously there's holding on here, so that's what you'd need to change. And I think I will be sub-clarifying that Four of Pentacles to see what it is you're holding on to. Could probably something physical, could be to do with money with the pentacles there. Like, for example, say if you were feeling called to change your career path, but you were holding on to the career or job that you already have because you feel like it's not necessarily gonna it might be too complicated, it might be too hard. There's just some sense of insecurity. If you open up and let go of what you already have, there's a sense of insecurity there. So let's get another one for that Judgment card. And it says drop your shields, doesn't it? So that would be where you need to drop your shields. Yeah, we've got the Six of... That feels like a calling. I'm not even going to get any more after that because it literally feels like you're being called to something, to do something. It could be to move on from something. It could be... You could be being called to move on from a certain situation to another one. Okay, tell a lie. I'm going to get one more just to see what that Six of Swords is heading towards, if it'll tell us. What follows on from the Six of Swords? It might be something to do with using your abilities. So again, where I said it could be potentially be about a job, the Magician is someone who has power, don't they? They are powerful, they are confident, they have the resources and tools that they need. And it's about honing your skills, using your abilities, being capable of something. So there could be something about specific abilities that you have and you're being called to use that in a particular way. They very well could be. I mean, we've got the shamanism message here. If you're someone that's into spiritual stuff, maybe you have spiritual abilities that you are being called to use. Not just that, it could be anything. It could be a creative talent, it could be a practical talent. You know, maybe you're good at maths or something and you've been called to pursue a career as an engineer or physics or something like that, but instead you're sort of feeling like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. And you're sort of in just a regular day-to-day job, which there's nothing wrong with that. But if you have the capability to do something else, then do you want to pursue that instead? So, okay, I'm going to get and it's funny, these are opposites, aren't they? Four of Pentacles is where you feel insecure and restricted. So you're holding on to the little that you already have. And then the Magician is where you expand and you feel more powerful, like you can do anything, you can achieve anything. So let's sub-clarify the Four of Pentacles and see what it is that you're holding on to, if it will let us know. Well, that's a kind of self-sabotage, if nothing else. Could be ego-related as well. There could be something ego-related that tells you that you can't sort of open up or do anything else. Anything else for that Four of Pentacles? Yes, okay. Eight of Wands. Could be a communication aspect here. There might be something that you need to say to someone. There could have been a past situation. If it's about a person, there could have been a past situation where something happened, like there was an argument or disagreement or a misunderstanding even with someone, and someone's afraid to open up. Well, it would be you, probably you are afraid to open up and communicate with that person. It could be about needing to be the bigger person potentially, or just open up the lines of communication to clear things up. But maybe you feel that that's not possible. It could be because you don't want to drop your guard. It could be because you genuinely feel that you won't be received very well. Anything else for that Four of Pentacles? Could be about using your ability to communicate, because that's in reverse, isn't it? Because the Magician can be about communication as well. Can be a card of communication too. So we've got the Ace of Wands, that's in reverse there. What comes after that, please? And then we have the Knight of Swords. That Ace of Wands in reverse is making me think that if it's communication related, it's something about your energy won't be matched or something. If you do say what you need to say. So for example, say if you had an argument or a disagreement with a friend, and you wanted to sort of fix things, fix things, fix whatever the problem is within the friendship. Maybe you sort of feel like if you do try to reopen the lines of communication, that friend won't match your energy. Okay. That's a strange one, that is. Let's look at the Magician. There's something here about losing your spark as well, but I'm not exactly sure how that makes sense. Are you afraid of opening up to someone or saying something to someone because you are concerned about how they will respond, and there's something about that will kind of put your spark out, if that makes sense? That's a potential as well. But the main thing here is there's a need to let go and open up, but potentially ego may be holding you back. As I said, there may have been a disagreement, some sense of self-sabotage there, misunderstandings as well. Let's move on to the Magician. So again, it's the calling, isn't it? Judgment, it's answering the call, and it will lead to abundance. And as I've been explaining to all of the signs, abundance means different things to different people. For some, it is literally about money and status, resources. For some, it's about your connections to other people, like your friendships are abundance to you. Romantic relationships can be abundance. Children, having children, being around children can be abundant. Career paths can be abundant. Abundance to people, it's different things. I'll get just one more for the Magician. That's quite a lot, isn't it? I'm going to try that again. I just wanted one more, not a bunch. Just one more after. Oh, okay, I'm getting yes. So Queen of Swords and the Hierophant. So there could be something about your spiritual path here for sure, and communication as well. I think overall, it's about you knowing that you are capable and having the ability to answer the call, to express what is true for you, and whatever comes from that will be abundant once you open up and let go of whatever you let go of and use your abilities to do whatever it is you need to do. It will be abundant for you. The Hierophant there does feel like there could be a spiritual aspect to this potentially. Sometimes it can be about learning lessons as well. So there may be something about expressing what you've learned or needing to learn a lesson in the process of this too. I'm going to leave it there. So overall, your main theme is about you are being, it's about answering the call to let go and to open up, and use your abilities in whatever way it is, whether it's communication, pursuing a certain path. But you've got to be open to answering the call. You've got to do what it is you've been called to do. And not feel held back. Get out of that, I don't know how yet, we'll see if the advice tells us, but to change that feeling of being, or thought of being held back and restricted, that you are powerless. So let's look at your energy, which is the Eight of Swords in reverse. So I said, I feel like you're aware, you're probably aware of this, and you want to change things. You want to come out of this sense of feeling powerless and stuck and trapped. So why is the Eight of Swords there for Capricorn? Okay, you may be held back emotionally, I can say that, because the Queen of Cups has come out and she was in reverse. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles upright. Anything else? No, that's too many. Try that again. So I will say, in terms of taking your power back, there's something here with emotion where it may be about acting upon how you feel or expressing how you feel to create an opportunity. So that could be, say, if you wanted a relationship with someone that you know, opening up to them about how you feel, so that you then create an opportunity. Hopefully they may want the same thing, and then that creates an opportunity for you guys to start a relationship and build something together. If it's acting on how you feel about a particular thing, again, career path is the easiest way to go. If you feel drawn to a particular creative path, or you love doing a particular creative thing, then it's acting upon how you feel to create an opportunity, a physical opportunity, not just sitting there in your thoughts and feelings thinking about it, actually acting upon it as well. So again, it's expressing how you feel to bring it into reality. Anything else for that Eight of Swords? It feels the same. You just have to share it physically. Well, share it to make it physical. There, we've got the Eight of Swords again. Anything else? And then the Ace of Wands. So I'm going to look at the Ace. I think I'm going to look at the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. Maybe the Eight of Swords as well. So Ace of Pentacles, will that tell us what the opportunity is specifically? And could be a relationship, yeah. There is a possibility it's a relationship, just because the Two of Cups is there. But it's overall, for me, the Two of Cups is about connecting with something that you love, sharing your cup with something that you love. So I've used this examples many times. Say if it was a particular career path, it's there is an emotional attachment to it. If it's something that you love, there's an emotional attachment where you put into the effort into it, and doing it, it kind of feeds you, because you get pleasure out of just the pleasure of doing it, don't you? So that pleasure alone, it returns your cup of effort that you've put in there. But it could be a relationship. So you may want to bring a relationship together with someone. Again, I gave the example of friendship, because the Two of Cups isn't just romantic. It can be about friendship too. If you wanted to repair a friendship or a family relationship where there's been an argument or a disagreement, it's expressing how you feel, to create the opportunity to bring things back together, to reconnect. Anything else for that? The Ten of Swords. I mean, again, the example I used about bringing a relationship back together, that would be where it's ended. And obviously that's where it's been disrupted. And there is the thought of wanting to bring it back together. Let's get one more. The Emperor. That's where you would have to use your power. That's where you take your power back and use it to actually achieve this. Let's look at the Ace of Wands. So you'd need to take the lead by the looks of it. For some reason, you're the one that needs to take the lead. I mean, obviously, you'll know your individual situation, but if there has been a disagreement with anyone, or misunderstanding with anyone, with the Emperor coming up, it looks like you're the one that needs to take the lead, potentially. So what was I clarifying? The Ace of Wands, again, that's the calling, isn't it? The Ace of Wands is what you feel passionately about. It's what you have the spark for, and you're being called to it. Anything else? I feel like I'm going to get one more after the Emperor. We have the Queen of Swords and the World. It's about open communication. Open communication, taking the lead and being honest and truthful and communicating openly and very, very honestly as well. Don't lie, or try to sugarcoat things. I'm not saying be like very, very harsh, or, you know what I mean, but being open and honest is what will create a new cycle, a new beginning. So anything else after that Judgment card for the Ace of Wands? So again, we have that Five of Swords. We have the Eight of Cups. That kind of feels like the fears, to be honest. I mean, that's, to me, that's answering the calling as well, with the Eight of Cups. But that Five of Swords feels like kind of worry about potentially rejection. I mean, I talked about rejection, didn't I, earlier at the beginning of the reading? That's where you need to drop your shields. Like, are you worried that you're just automatically gonna what's the word I'm looking for? The only word that comes to mind is rejection. Attacked, rejected. Are you worried that you're automatically going to be attacked or rejected if you answer whatever you're called to do? But the desire is there, it's strong to do this. Okay, let's put these back. So I'm finished with that. So As I say, your energy specifically, I feel like you want to, there's a desire there to change things, to stop feeling powerless is the main thing. And as I say, there's a need to act on you feel, or act on how you feel, or express how you feel, to create an opportunity, a solid opportunity, and you may need to take the lead here. Well, you will need to take the lead here, otherwise nothing's going to happen. You may be waiting around for someone else to, like, again, say if it was a disagreement with someone, you potentially could be waiting around for someone to approach you. And I mean, obviously, every situation is different. Maybe someone owes you an apology, who knows? But in this particular reading, it looks like you're needing to take the lead. And it doesn't even necessarily mean that you have to, you'll know. Do you need to apologize to anyone, or is it just about opening the lines of communication with someone to begin with in the first place? You know, sometimes it can be you've had an argument with someone, and it's not that you need to apologize to them. It's that you need to tell them that they've hurt you. You need to express how you feel. In that sense, it could be that you're just saying you've hurt me, and if you want to continue the relationship, setting boundaries, or being assertive about if we're going to continue forward as friends, lovers, family members, whatever, then I would like A, B, C, D to change, expressing what your needs are. So Chariot, that's the external energy. Please give us some guidance on the external energy, or tell us what it's about. Why is it here? Why is the Chariot here? So we've got the Ace of Cups and we have the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like that's an energy that is kind of pushing you, or that's what's making you feel. That's an energy that's making you feel like you want to regain your power back. You've got the emotions here that I talked about with that Queen of Cups. Again, expressing how you feel, putting the effort in. Like whatever you're feeling, it's letting it out so that it's known. Anything else for that? Or as I said, acting upon how you feel and putting the effort in to act upon how you feel. Anything else after that Seven of Pentacles? Again, it's where you take charge, it's where you take the lead. And then you've got the King of Wands, who is a leadership energy. Like, he isn't going to sit around watching, waiting for anybody else. I think that was upright. He wouldn't sit around waiting for anybody else. He's just going to go and do what has to be done, say what has to be said, do what needs to be done. And there's the Worry at the end there. So you're wanting to create harmony within the situation, because clearly there's none if you're feeling powerless. Again, there's like a fear of rejection here with that Four of Cups and Nine of Swords. Let's clarify the Four of Cups. Wow, that just flew straight across. Right, so you've got the King of Pentacles and you have the King of Cups here. Anything else with that Four of Cups? Page of Pentacles and the Hermit. So the Page of Pentacles and the Hermit, for me, that feels like an energy of learning, potentially learning a lesson or being prepared to learn as you go within the situation. There may need to be some introspection here about the situation, potentially. But overall, those two together, it's given me a sense of learning. And the Hermit, he looks like someone who's been on a path of seeking enlightenment or knowledge or whatever for like forever, doesn't he? It's not like he's done a little quick trip, quick 1 week, what do you call it, retreat, and figured something out about himself. He looks like he's 100 years old, to be frank. So it probably is more about learning within the situation. It feels it's probably, that's what it's about. That you don't have all the knowledge now, you don't have everything now, but you learn as you go. So why are the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups here? I don't know why I'm feeling like this is what you have to give, because I said this could be a card of reject. Okay, maybe this is what you have to give, but you fear that it will be rejected, potentially. So the King of Pentacles, what does he have to give? What he has to give is his ability to build, no matter what, to overcome any challenge, to build something tangible, that he wants, whatever it is that he wants to build. The King of Cups, it is about emotion. There's something else as well, and I can't think what it is with him. There is a spiritual side to the King of Cups. It's about emotion. Maybe it is emotion that you have to give, or building something from your emotions, but maybe you feel like it's going to be rejected. Because I am getting a strong sense of rejection from the Four of Cups and Nine of Swords. This could mean, it could mean that even if you do get rejected, you can still learn a lesson from the situation and allow that to just to help you on your path. But even if you don't get rejected, there's still something that you can learn as you go. Like, say again, if you were repairing a relationship with someone, you learn as you go. It's not that you suddenly know what to do and exactly what the right thing is to do or the right way to be in that relationship. It's that you start from scratch, you have a clean slate maybe, and then you learn as you go how to deal with each other and to overcome challenges together. Okay, I think that's as much as I can get from that. I don't think there's anything else I want to look at. So again, it's about taking control, being willing to act on your feelings or express your feelings, very much taking the lead to create balance, harmony within the situation. Yeah, I think, as I say, I think that's the energy that sort of, it's pushing you, or it's an energy that you can use to push you to get out of a feeling of being powerless. It's that make a move energy, isn't it? It's like you can't sit there waiting for something to change for you. You have to take control and make a move to create movement. Like if you're sitting in a car, you don't just sit in the car and expect the car to go. You literally have to switch it on, change the gears, press the pedals, and then the car moves. Even if you have a journey in mind, you still have to take action within the car to make the car move. You can't just think, I want to go here, and the car moves. It doesn't move by itself. It's not attached to your mind. You can't control it with your mind. I'm getting an image of Knight Rider now in my head for some strange reason. I don't know what that's about. The old version. I'm an 80s child, so yes, the old version of Knight Rider. All right, let's look at the Five of Wands and Ten of Cups. And to me, that's obstacles in the way of your happiness. So what's that? And it could be shared happiness, because I often talk about the Ten of Cups being shared happiness. There may be interference from other people with this. So again, if it was a career path, some sort of interference from other people in terms of achieving that. Whether that's sort of people putting you down or just not feeling supported. Relationships, I mean, sometimes people interfere in relationships, don't they? Like, say if there was someone that you wanted to pursue a relationship with, and then you get opinions from friends, family, whoever, saying, oh, that person's not right for you, blah, blah, blah. And the thing is, at the end of the day, I mean, obviously, if there are massive red flags with the person, like they've got abusive tendencies or something, then yes, the interference is warranted. But general things like they don't like the way the person dresses or something, or they don't like the job that the person does, that's nobody else's business. That's for you to pursue. You pursue the relationship, you work on it with the other person, and then you decide what happens. It's even if it doesn't work, it's something for you to learn from. It's not for other people to tell you what to do. It's your experience to have, and to however it develops, it develops. If it is a happily ever after, then wonderful. If it's not happily ever after, you learn from that, take it into the next experience, and get closer and closer to achieving the fulfillment that you want. And then sometimes in family relationships as well, people try to get people to take sides, don't they? So that's another form of interference. Anyway, let's clarify. So Five of Wands, Ten of Cups. What do we have here? We've got the Fool, we've got the Three of Pentacles. That was a massive tummy rumble from me. I'm slightly hungry. Anything else? You've got the King of Swords. What's going to come after the King of Swords? You have the Judgment card. I feel like that was in reverse. I'm going to take it in reverse, and we'll get one more. And I think I'm going to clarify that King of Swords. The King of Swords has shown up in quite a few of the readings for the month. Right, we got that Two of Cups again. The King of Swords may be the interference of an authority figure, but I'm going to sub-clarify that just to check. So the Fool for me, Three of Pentacles, is where you're willing to take the leap of faith. You're willing to put the effort in. You may have even put the effort in to try and make something work previously, because Judgment has shown up a couple of times, and that's, as I said, it can be about second chances. But if it's not that you've literally started something previously, then it's that you were willing to. So, okay, let's do the King of Swords and then we'll move on to the other cards. So, King of Swords. Why is the King of Swords there? Queen of Swords, okay. I'm getting something about someone not being on the same page here. Anything else for that King of Swords, please? There could be something about someone not being on the same page. Let me get something for Judgment. So I was thinking at first the King of Swords could be an interfering authority figure, but I don't know. I think it's something about someone, about wanting to be on the same page. But let's look at Judgment in reverse. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so the Judgment card is just rejecting the call, to be honest, I feel. That's rejecting the call. That's not valuing, it's kind of rejecting something that you feel was valuable, could even be your own self-worth, and something that would have given you a great deal of satisfaction. In reverse, it's rejecting that. So I'm going to put that over here. So I'm just looking at this Queen of Swords. So one perspective I'm getting on this, one feeling, is that the King of Swords and Queen of Swords could be parents. I don't know why that's coming in, but it could be parents who've sort of interfered with something that you wanted to do, that you've wanted to pursue. And that would hurt you, wouldn't it, if you had parents that disagreed with something you want to do, like if they disagreed with your career path, they disagreed with who you want to marry, they tried to interfere with your friendships because they don't like your friends, that sort of thing. That would hurt you. That's one thing that's coming in here. But as I say, the main thing that's coming through is something about not being on the same page, which is weird because the King and Queen of Swords would be on the same page, wouldn't they? Like a match, aren't they? But then you've got the Three of Swords there. It could be something about potentially a battle of wills. So, you know, when you have two strong-minded people and it's kind of gets to the point of stubbornness, doesn't it? Where, okay, where both people want to be right and then there's no compromise. So that's a possibility. So that relationship aspect in here, whether it's romantic, friendship, family, whatever. Again, that thing about if you've had an argument with somebody and somebody needs to be the bigger person and open the lines of communication. Yeah, because it's both swords. So it's about truth, isn't it? So you may both feel that your truth is right. And I mean, it is technically, because to you, your truth is correct. But how do you compromise? How do you compromise if something's happened? Do you need to compromise? Have things gone too far? Or can things be repaired? But there's a Three of Swords there. So there's definitely a disconnect or a separation. But how do you repair that? How do you repair things so that you can move into a new cycle and make things right, to be honest? I mean, you've got the Two of Cups there. So again, relationship. And if it's not relationship, it's connecting. But this would have been, at some point, it would have been valuable and given satisfaction, or it had the potential to do that. Okay, I'm going to leave that. That's enough. So that's past. The past, that's where past challenges towards your happiness. And as I say, there is something here about not being on the same page, or both people wanting to be right and just not being able to compromise potentially. That's a possibility. It can also be about not having someone support you or agree with you on something, a path that you want to pursue, and then that sort of in some way, shape or form that hurts. Like say if your partner or wife, husband, whatever, didn't agree with something that you wanted to do, a major thing that you wanted to do, and you didn't agree on that, and then that creates distance and hurt, doesn't it? Distance and hurt. So we've got 3 of Wands in the present. That is an energy of, that's where you want your ships to come in, isn't it? That's where you have an intention that you have put out or want to put out, and you want a return. You want something positive to come from that. You want the return from that. So let's see, why is the 3 of Wands just the 3 of Wands? Why is the 3 of Wands there? Oh, the Lovers. Okay. So that's whatever it is that you feel connected to, that you love. Again, it could potentially be a relationship, a connection with somebody. Maybe you want to rekindle, whether it's family, friends, romantic. It looks like a deep connection if it is a relationship, but it may not be just a relationship. It may be, as I say, you connect with whatever you connect with that you love. It can be anything. It can be a career, it can be a project, it can be a community, it can be spirituality, it can be anything. We've got the King of Pentacles there, so that's like a desire to build or to build something new. And then, of course, the Devil comes in. That would be the 8 of Swords energy, of where you feel held back, restricted. Maybe there's, again, if it's some arguments and stuff, it's toxic energy that needs to be addressed. 9 of Cups. It's something that would bring you satisfaction. I'll get one more after that, and then I'll look at that Devil to see if there's anything specific. Oh, I've lost all the cards. Well, not all of them. So we've got the Sun. So that's the happiness. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune. That's just the desire for things to change, isn't it? For things to go in your favor. So I'm going to check out that Devil specifically. Why is the Devil there, please? And I'm aware that the reading is very long. It's been this way for all of them now. I've just accepted at this point. I do long readings in general, and I've clocked on that probably because it's Scorpio season and Scorpio goes deep. So add that together and you get extra long. But as I've said to all the other signs, I can't do a half-assed reading. It's all or nothing with me. I want to know as much as I can, give you as much as I can. And then, as I've said as well, tarot still can't give you the full picture, can it? So yeah, I'm just giving as much as I can. So the Devil, why is the Devil there? Or what is it specifically? Oh, it's holding back emotionally, isn't it? It is, it's holding back emotionally. I'm not even going to get anything else from that because I know what it is. So in the present, current energy, it's the intention to probably connect with what you love or reconnect with what you love. You're willing to, it's like a willingness or the capability to put in the physical effort, but there's holding back emotionally. There's holding back emotionally here, but whatever it is, it would give you great satisfaction, happiness, and I feel that you really want things to change. You want things to be different. So I'll put this one back and we'll move on to the potential future energy. And for me, the potential future energy, it's not necessarily exactly what's going to happen, because you have free will, so you can change it. But sometimes it can be a heads up of what to prepare for, what you need to work on, how you're likely to move forward, that sort of thing. So we've got the Moon and the 10 of Wands there. And the Moon can be about things that are hidden. This person has everything in front of their face, so it's like they can't see where they're going, can they? Maybe that's a potential future energy. You may have the desire to change, but you may feel that you don't see how to move forward. But you've got that drop your shields card, so that could reference the key is to drop your shields, to drop your guard. And why is he taking on all of that as well? Why not put some of them down, carry them a bit at a time? Again, that would come into that feeling of powerlessness. Why do you feel that you have to carry all of that in one go and block your view? So let's look at the Moon and the 10 of Wands. Why is that there? So it's I feel like it's a warning of going into the future still feeling powerless, to be honest. Right, we've got the 10 of Swords. The Page of Swords wanted to come. Do I want to take it? Yeah. I mean, again, this connects to powerlessness. If there was an issue in a friendship or a relationship of some sort where something ended, arguments, whatever, it's almost feeling like you don't know how to repair it, but again, drop your guard, drop your shields. Anything else? It's like you feel like you need to know more, that you have something else to figure out. Anything else? Anything else for that 10 of Wands and the Moon? And the thing is, with the Moon as well, if things are hidden, you won't know until you take action. Like if you've had a disagreement with somebody, you don't know how they feel. You won't know how they feel until you actually speak to them, unless they've literally told you themselves. You literally won't know until you speak with them. Or if you want to pursue a certain path or go into a certain situation, you're probably not going to know what's going to happen or how it can develop or the level of potential it has until you actually do it. So for the Empress there, anything else after that? We have the Emperor, and it's going to be that way. And I'll get one more for that. I mean, one thing I will say, if you've ever had a disagreement with somebody and you really want to fix things with that person, there is fear. There is fear about trying to repair things. Pride can come into strength card. Pride can come into things as well. The Emperor can be something about, well, stubbornness, more often stubbornness, as well, where you just have a sense of pride, where it's like, oh well, I don't want to be the first one to open up the lines of communication. Why should I? They said this to me, they did that to me, which could be true. They could have done something to you, but if you really, really want to repair it, as I said, it's not about you having to go to them and beg for their forgiveness, but express how you feel, express that they've hurt you. And if you want to fix things, let them know, yeah, this has happened. I want to fix things. I'd like to move forward, such and such, you know. There was another point I wanted to make and I've completely forgotten it as well. So I said pride. And just the fear of how the other person will react, especially if you've been out of communication with them a very long time. I 100% understand that there's a fear of you don't know what's gonna happen. But what's the worst thing that can happen if the person ignores you? What's the worst thing that can happen? You'll be hurt. You'll get over it. If they reject you, yes, you'll be hurt. Eventually, you'll recover from that. But maybe they won't. Maybe they'll welcome you in. I mean, you've got the Empress here, and she is a very nurturing, generous energy. She is the type of energy that if you had an argument with her and you came back to her and wanted to talk to her, she'd welcome you in. She'd be open and willing to listen and to resolve things. The Emperor, I mean, look, he's literally looking at her. He would be the more stubborn energy. He probably would be the one that would be more likely to sort of say, oh, well, I'm not going to approach them first because blah, 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 because of pride. So do I need anything else for that? It's like removing the blinders, isn't it? This 10 of Wands. It's almost like you're blocking yourself there by saying, oh, well, I don't know what to do. I'm not sure this, that. And yep, that is that. It feels like that. It can feel like that. But again, if you don't take action, then you just won't know. And maybe you're fine with that. Maybe you just feel like it's not worth it, or you just literally feel like I just can't do it. And if that's the case, I don't really know what else to say in that sense. I hope you can make peace with that. But if you really, really want to pursue something or fix something or repair something, or rekindle something with someone, then there needs to be action. And if the other person hasn't taken action, maybe you are assuming that because they haven't taken action, they don't want to mend things, but you don't know, because if you haven't talked to them and they haven't said that they want nothing, they don't want anything to do with you, then you don't know, do you? And you'll only find that out by actually speaking to them. Okay, so I think I will leave that there. The unknown will remain unknown until you remove the blinders and take action, if that's what you want to do, if you want to fix things. And my question, when the advice came out, I think I said, why do you feel that you have to do this on your own, didn't I? But death would be transforming the situation. And the Three of Cups, I mean, that's it can be about friendship, socializing, community, connection with others. And I've talked a lot. I mean, yes, I've said it could be pursuing something like a career path or whatever, or something else, but there is a relationship aspect that keeps on coming up here. So that could be quite relevant, to be honest. That could be quite relevant. So let's clarify that Three of Cups and Death. So we've got the World. I said transformation. That's taking things into a new cycle, isn't it? With the Trust in Higher Forces card, if you've had any intuitive messages, or you've had like a nudge, again, if it was to do with mending a relationship, repairing a relationship, if you've had lots of nudges, like you've had lots of dreams, or you just have a strong feeling that, I really feel like I want to reconnect or repair things with this person, then do you want to ignore that, or do you want to act on it? Do you feel like maybe it's a nudge from spirit, God, whoever, whatever you believe in, sort of saying, actually, there's a potential that the other person is open to it as well, but maybe they feel the same way as you, that they feel like they don't know how you're gonna respond. So it could be that you're getting sort of an intuitive nudge to do it. Right, so Page of Pentacles. Next, what's next after that? That's that taking off the blinders, isn't it, with the Two of Swords, and then we've got the Ten of Cups as well. Let's get something for, what do I want to get something for? Well, first of all, okay, so as your advice, I said you want to transform things. You probably want to bring things back together. Reconnect is going to be a key word here. Is probably a key word here. You want a new cycle. The end result is you want fulfillment. You want happiness. As I keep saying with the Ten of Cups, shared happiness. That's the blinder. The Page of Pentacles is the is like starting again, putting in the physical effort. That would be like a clean slate. So let's clarify the Page of Pentacles on its own. Page of Pentacles on its own. Let's try that again. They don't want to come out for this now, and it wouldn't surprise me with this energy. It's like a reluctance anyway, isn't it, to do something? So it's almost like something did try to come out. Seven of Cups. It's like he's facing the unknown, and the Seven of Cups, sometimes it's like confusion, isn't it? It's like he's facing the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen. But this is advice, so what's useful here? Right, we've got the Hierophant. That learning energy again with the Page of Pentacles and the Hierophant coming out with each other. And then you've got the Page of Wands, who's like, he's an explorer. He's willing to go and to pursue a path and to learn from it. So there's a learning energy. Okay. Anything else? Death. So I would say learning something transforms the situation. And okay. Again, I feel like it's about taking action and putting in the effort, and then that's where you learn, and that's what transforms things. Maybe it's literally about learning. Again, the example of repairing a relationship, maybe you get to learn by opening up the lines of communication. You get to learn what the root of the problem is, and that's what transforms things. So that's one possibility. If it's not about repairing a relationship, then if it's about an opportunity, career, whatever it is, taking action towards that, you learn as you go, and then that transforms it into something that will bring you fulfillment, whether it's that you continue on that path because you love it, or you end up learning that it's actually not for you, and you course correct and go on a different path. So I'm going to leave that there. I think that's enough. The reading is as long as it is, so hopefully you're still with me at this point. And we're going to get you a final oracle card from the Myths and Mermaids deck. So as I say, your final bit of advice from these cards, it's about having to take action to reconnect. Opening up. So final oracle card from the Myths and Mermaids deck. So what's Capricorn's final bit of advice for November, please? If I can get the cards to come out, because my hands just aren't working with these cards for this month's readings. There we go. Right, you've got a couple. So we've got Seashell Princess, which I will put there. And you also have trilobites, which I'll put there. And I am going to read them both. I know the reading's long enough as it is, but to be frank, at this point, a couple more minutes isn't going to make that much of a difference, is it? So let's look at that seashell princess first. So it says, a doe-eyed princess adorned with the bounty of the sea daydreams to her heart's content. She is a romantic, a dreamer who listens intently to her own desires and has the passion to pursue them. The divination message says, go after your heart's desire. There is a dream stirring in your heart that needs attention. You have felt drawn to follow and nurture it, but you are having trouble letting go of practical considerations and diving into the unknown. Know, however, that while many people reach for the stars, only the passionate actually climb up and grab them. Look inside yourself and rediscover the dream that has been buried under the trappings of day-to-day considerations and obligations. Reimagine the ideal life you longed for in years past and write down the details. Put it down on paper and make a commitment to your younger self to strive and dream once again. That message is, to be frank, I could have just read that message and that would have been the whole reading, wouldn't it, to be frank? I feel like I don't need to add anything. That's just everything that I've pretty much just said, except I took an hour to say it. I will read the antithesis, but I actually feel the main divination message is probably the one that's most relevant, although the antithesis could be relevant to someone here, but you'll know. So it says, the antithesis says, do not quit your day job. You may feel that you are on the verge of finally breaking through to success, but beware. A danger or unforeseen circumstance is lurking. You will weather the difficulties with grace, but may live to regret any rash decisions you make now. Okay, so let's look at the trilobites or trilobites message. A timeless maiden stares serenely into space as she embraces her trilobite friends. Shielded by the ancient creature, she is a symbol of ageless beauty and utmost patience. This is a girl who knows how to wait. The divination meaning says, expand your timeline. Trilobites are ancient creatures who once roamed our oceans for millions of years. Over time, they have become but fossil memories. Just as it took millennia for them to change, so too your situation will take much longer to mature than you originally thought. Take heart, however, this time will do you good. Take this opportunity to meditate on your past and future actions. Consider your words and perhaps even rehearse your lines over and over again until you have everything just right. But more importantly, do not rush. Take your time and let each situation ripen in its own way. You may not know precisely what you are waiting for, but worry not. The time will not be wasted. Mentally expand your timeline and make good use of your wait. For this particular part of the message, I would say this thing about waiting and taking time, that would be after you've taken action. Like, say, again, I know I keep saying, if you were mending a relationship with someone, you go in, you take action, you open the lines of communication, and then it takes time to rebuild and to learn from that situation. Again, if it was another path that you're trying to pursue, you take the action to do it, and then you learn. It's a slow process of learning. Right, the antithesis, this may be more relevant here actually. It is time to accelerate your life. Sometimes it is wise to allow nature to take its course and wait patiently. Sometimes, however, it is best to take control and speed up the tempo. Push forward quickly and do not be dissuaded if you have to drag someone along with you. Okay, that's quite dramatic. Right, I'll leave it there. I think those messages wrap things up nicely. Thank you very much for sticking with me. If you're still here at this point, I hope the video was helpful to you, the reading was helpful to you. If you want to book a personal reading, please see the info in the description box. Again, Etsy is the easiest way and there are discounts on all of the readings there. Feel free to like, share or comment on the video, and you're welcome to subscribe to the channel if you want to do that. But until the next reading, take care.